Hey y'all, it's Saturday. It's Super Saturday. And I took my hair down. Hey, Najida. I am going live because this is going to be the first episode of another series. So I got my little Sober Sally series. Hey, girl. And it is February 13th, right? So I got my Sober Sally series that's happening, but there's another series that I'm also going to be doing because this is a pretty big year. So I'm going to start first by showing y'all my vision board that I made when I was in Alabama earlier this year, and it was something very specific that I just have been wanting to do for a really, really long time. And I always do collages. What's up, JR? We overdue, JR. We overdue. But this is my vision board for this year. And you see, it's always got food. It's always got, it's got, always talking about self-reliance, because that's like my ultimate goal, right? And so on the way, this year, I really wanted to get rooted, right? And when I say get rooted, I've realized that I'm a very place-based individual. I think really everybody kind of is. But for me personally, when I'm in a space, my mind is focused on where I'm at. And so I'm in Chicago right now, and I'm thinking about, pretty much what development looks like in the city, rich in flavor, rich in creativity, right? Supporting the farmers the farmers I know, right? Shout out to you. Definitely thinking about, right, gaining peace of mind and self-reliance, love your heart. So I've been on a really, really, my spiritual journey has just kind of been what I'm focusing on this year as well. And I'm learning as I get more grounded and more rooted in my spiritual journey, right, at home in nature, that I become more grounded in my everyday. I become more grounded in my space. I become more grounded in my mission, my destiny, and things just kind of unfold from there. And so for those who may not know, I'm also huge, when we talk about sustainability, you see a lot of tiny homes, right? And I don't mind sharing this aspect of my vision, because the way my vision board is, unless you are me, it just looks like a collage to you, but all of these things really go together. Fighting for a sane food system, right? That's something that I don't think will ever not be on my vision board. You'll always see fruits and vegetables. You see Candyland, because that's, was my favorite game growing up. So a lot of returning back to my childhood and supporting my inner child this year. But something in particular, right? You see these tiny homes, right? The no mortgage natural cottage, right? See, here's the tiny home. Here's the tiny home. That's like a barn. This is a tiny home because peace of mind shouldn't be an option, right? That is something that's mandatory for me. And when I think about getting peace of mind, I think about collective ownership, collective realization. Ultimately, I think about right now, about 5 years ago, one of my best friends, Dr. Snapper, right? He's like the bee whisperer. He came to me and told me about these things called earthships, right? So I'm going to just zoom in so you can see. But that is an earthship. That's the inside of an earthship, and that's the outside of the earthship. And it's in construction. And this year, I actually stumbled across. So for those who don't know what earthships are, right? Earthships are like post-apocalyptic dwellings made from upcycled materials. So pretty much, I'm gonna go back to the picture so you can see. It's walls. I'm gonna zoom in. The walls are made from recycled tires. They take glass bottles and aluminum cans and mix that with concrete. And that saves materials, and it also is upcycling, right? Is recycling, and it's using recycled materials to create something beautiful. So if you've never seen an earthship, that's something I'm going to encourage you to look into, especially if you support sustainable housing, sustainable living, off-grid living especially. So just about all earthships are solar panel charged. And what's also beautiful is, like, say for example, this is my bathroom. I use the bathroom and I flush the toilet. My gray water goes out into the yard, and then you can put plants out here. You see they got a solar panel right there. But you could put plants out there. You could have your own garden, and almost every earthship has a greenhouse inside of it, right? It's a dwelling that is kind of in the ground, so it's warmed to the temperature of the earth, which is relatively 70 degrees, give or take the sun. And it just does a lot. The house almost doesn't exist, but serves as the subtle cloak between inhabitant and environment, right? So I love you too, Najee. We got to link up. We ain't linked up since the Henny thing can happen. We got to do something. But yeah, so the Earthship is pretty much like when we start talking about, I am, for those who have not been tuning into the Farm Plug podcast, right? That podcast is about intersectionality, ecology, and Afrofuturism. And I feel like I just got this eye booger and I keep trying to get it out. That thing ain't trying to come out, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah, but it's about an Afrofuturism. And with Afrofuturism, the main pillar for me is Sankofa, right? Looking back in order to move forward. So grounding yourself in the present, right? Grounding yourself in your heritage, your culture, looking back in order to move forward, right? So, for example, Wakanda, Black Panther is Afrofuturism. When you see what development and technology and sustainability and regenerative agriculture, when all these things come together with respect to a given culture, my culture, our culture in particular, right? That's Afrofuturism. And so when I think about Earthships, they automatically make me think about like 21st century huts almost, right? And so a lot of them are made out of adobe. So there's a lot of indigenous living practices or indigenous construction practices, I believe, that go into them. But I'm going to be learning more about that. I'm going to grab this because while I talk about Earthship, I'm going to show you guys, they have a scholarship. And the scholar, did I get my package? What package? You sent me something, girl? I ain't get no package from you, girl. So earlier this year, Earthship, and I'm going to show you all what it is so that when you Google it, you can see it. I'll be going out to New Mexico, to Dallas, New Mexico, in April, right? And I will be doing an Earthship Biotexture Academy. Bow. So they have a minority scholarship that is out right now. And I applied for that scholarship and I got that scholarship. So this will be the beginning of my Earthship journey. But I just wanted to show you all my vision board first so that you could understand, like, you know, it's a lot of plan and a lot of manifestation that goes into some of the things that you're about to see me doing this year. And I'm super excited to share this growth and this process with you all. So that's that. So this is the beginning of my Earthship series, and where everything, right, it starts with your mind. It starts with your vision. It starts with your own plan for your own life and how you want to live, right? Because peace of mind shouldn't be an option. Your world is bigger than you think, right? You can do whatever you want the moment you decide that you're going to be devoted, loyal, and true to it, and that's what you want, right? So these are just some things to bring that together. So in January, I put Earthship on my vision board, and now it's February and I've been accepted. Pretty much the it's free. I get to go for free because, like I said, again, they have a minority scholarship, a BIPOC, Black Indigenous Person of Color. They have a scholarship where they are going to pretty much, this is what the tuition would cost. I don't have to pay that because I'm on scholarship. This is what the housing would cost. I don't got to pay that because I'm on scholarship. So these two things are the biggest barriers to entry are pretty much covered. Now you still have to figure out your own way out there. And thankfully I have my own car, so I can just do that. Y'all, I'm real big on highlighters, so I go through things and I highlight what's important. So see, getting here, transportation, you're responsible for your own, you got to fly, you know, all those things, but I'm actually going to be driving out there. So it'll be some episodes along that road trip that you all can look forward to, with the road to Earthship. I don't know what I'm going to call this series. Y'all put in the comments what would be a cool name for this. I've got the lights in my back. But what would be a cool name for the Earthship series? Farm Plug, Earthship, mashup. I don't know. Something. But yeah, so I just want to tell you all more about Earthship because I am so totally a proponent. I'm an ambassador for this. I'm an ambassador for regenerative, for sustainability. So here's some more. You see some pictures of them. They found tires and they're packing the tires, and that is what will end up being the wall. So you see right there, those are some of the tires. You coat it in cement, and it's hard work, but once it's done, y'all, these structures can pretty much be here forever. And as we begin to have more conversations around migration, the people, you know, communities babies of the future, right? That's a greenhouse in front of there. You can grow your own food right in the crib, y'all. And every time you flush the toilet, it's watering your plants in your greenhouse. It's watering the plants on the outside of your home, depending on how you lay it out and set it up. So there are 3 parts to the academy. The first part is the academy session, which is what I'll be doing. This is all the things I'll have to do when I go there. The second part is field study. So they have international field study. So this picture looks international. It could be in Haiti. I know they got some in Puerto Rico this year. Some other people have built them in China, in Haiti, Tennessee, Turkey. They said a model of an Earthship city in Turkey, Australia, that's architectural, not what I'm doing, but housing for veterans. So really it's about building the structure. Once you build the structure, the way that you choose to program out and activate that structure is up to you. But it's just the fact that, for those who don't know, my background is agriculture, but really it's also about land and access to space, right? So how do you take space? And then once you get that space, how do you engage your community, right? And how do you move forward? How do you grow? How do you progress with that space? So, this is going to be located. These are some of the aspects of what Earthship, what I'll have to do. So the first part, which is what I'll be doing in April, is the academy session. So in the morning we'll go to class, and in the afternoon we go outside and we build Earthships. The second part, this is to graduate from the academy. You don't have to graduate. You don't have to go through all 3 of these steps. You could just do this and say, all right, I got what I needed to get and I can go out and do it. But it would make sense, to do these last 2 steps, just because I don't like to start things and not finish. Then part 2 is where you can go out somewhere and actually just build an Earthship beginning to end, or support the build of an Earthship beginning to end. And then the third part is a independent study where you do physical, theoretical, or a digital model of what you would do and how you plan on implementing and carrying out the Earthship process in your own community or wherever you decide to go. So I am definitely, for those who don't know, I am a part of a community land trust down in Tuskegee, Alabama, called Nature's Garden for Victory and Peace. And it's ran by really a collective, and I'm a part of that collective. So my plan is to actually go back to Alabama and build this Earthship and have another place for me to live. So I looked into yurts. I wanted to do so many different things, but once Snapper told me about Earthships, y'all, once the bee whisperer put me on game to the Earthship, there was no turning back for me. So 3 or 4 years ago, I was going to just build an Earthship by myself, using basic principles, but that doesn't really work. You can't really do that. Plus it's patented and there's a lot of other legal things around that. But it just didn't make sense for me to try and do something as strenuous as this. And it would take no Earthship is just built by 1 or 2 people. Well, that's not true. Some people do build them by themselves. I've seen some where people built a mini modular Earthship, and it took 2 people maybe 2 or 3 months to build it out. Hey, Gerald. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to be going and learning how to do it with a collective of people in the school. And then when I come back to Alabama and I build my own Earthship, it'll be in workshop series. So that way, some of the local students at Tuskegee can learn it. The local community can learn it. It's super dope just to have in your back pocket to know some of these things. And also it's like building a house, right? So the same way your house has doors, you have windows, it's some basic building structures that it transmits across all structures, right? It's just structural integrity, right? And so I want to have that in my back pocket. Also, because Earthships are off grid, I'll be learning about solar panels, how to install solar panels. I'll get to learn about how to use the earth and take advantage of the different climate, the different seasons of the earth, and how to harness that so I can work with nature in my own home opposed to against it, like we're so used to doing. Hey, Zach, I love you. So right now what I'm going to do is, and I will most likely eventually go over this one more time before I actually go to the Earthship Academy, but, they have an informational packet, which is what I am looking at right now, but I'm going to go through this with you all because I really want people to know that this is a thing, right? You can build your own house. You can be independent, right? You can be self-sustaining. This is something. Self-reliance is a family affair, y'all. Y'all are my family, and that's why I'm going to share this with y'all. So once I'm done with this video, please, please, please don't sell yourself short. Get on YouTube, type in Earthship and let your mind be blown, right? Your imagination is a revolutionary act. So the more that you can imagine, the crazier that you can imagine, the more dope your crib is probably going to be. And the just, I'm not trying to get in no rant, but y'all already know how I feel about imagination and the role that it plays in evolution and revolution in the building of a new society and dismantling the systems that we already know and feel are oppressing us every single day. So if you can't imagine a better system, if you can't imagine living in a house that doesn't function off of gas, if you can't imagine a world where we don't use plastic bottles, then you've already sold your future, your kids, you've already sold them short, right? Because climate change is very real. By 2050, we're already feeling it, right? But by 2050, it's going to be some real shit going on, right? Coronavirus is not going to go away. It's never going to go away. And in the climate community, this is something, in the agriculture community, these are things that we talk about all the time because climate change makes these issues more prevalent. They make these issues more unavoidable. And so as we begin to move forward, we have to start thinking as we want to develop our community. We want to develop our community holistically. We want to develop our community. We want to restore our communities. We want to regenerate our communities. We don't want to just embody oppressive mindsets and then perpetuate that type of attitude in our own communities, right? You don't want to become a white person in your mind and then become your own oppressor, is pretty much what I'm saying. So for me, I see Earthships as an opportunity for me to decolonize my mind. It's an opportunity for me to gain skills that will equip me to be able to go anywhere in the world and be able to build a shelter, be able to build a classroom, be able to build a community space, be able to build a computer cafe in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Farm Plug want to do, Farm Plug will be able to go there, build that structure, and it'll be there for the community whether I'm there or not, right? So, I truly believe whenever you come somewhere, it should be left more beautiful and more useful than it was when you got there, right? So I'm gonna dive back into this Earthship, dive back into the packet, right? So for those who are just tuning in, again, April 5th, in April, it's going to be hot shit popping. I'm finna be in New Mexico building post-apocalyptic sustainable dwellings. You feel me? What's up, Marlo? How you doing, OG? So this is a list in the informational packet. They tell us what to bring. So pretty much it's the desert. I'm going to be in the desert. I'm going to be in New Mexico. And it's like, dust and shit everywhere. So I'm not finna bring my 5 shoes. These are definitely coming with me. You could believe that. But I just bought these the other day. These will not be coming with me. You feel me? My cocaines, those will not be coming with me. You see what I'm saying? So you got to know. These are things you got to know. They said a sun hat. Boop, got a couple of those. See what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get one of them things. That got the cooling in it. Y'all gonna see when I start really ramping up and gearing up to go. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna show y'all my bag when it's packed. I'm gonna do all that because I don't know if they ever had, I ain't gonna say they never had black people out there, but I ain't never really, in all my research, I haven't seen a lot of black people out there. And we got to be prepared. Okay. I've been posting a lot about the sanctuary, right? My mom and her products, right? Not the G Fasos. We ain't gonna tweak like that. But I use my mother's product, so my face a little crusty right now. I ain't putting no lotion on this morning. I just woke up and went outside in Chicago's tundra. But this is what my face looked like. It still looked pretty damn good. So I will definitely be bringing some sanctuary products with me when I go out there, because if they keep my skin right and tight in the Chicago winter, I know they'll keep my face and my skin right and tight whenever I go to New Mexico and withstand and face whatever that climate will look like. And New Mexico is interesting because it can go from 100 degrees in the summer to below 30 degrees in the winter. So it's a really kind of like Chicago in a lot of ways. We've been getting major fluctuations. Excuse me. I had a smoothie this morning. We've been getting major fluctuations in the temperature. Again, climate change. So I feel like Chicago has kind of prepared me. And when I was talking to one of the representatives from Earthship, she was also telling me that it gets really windy out there too. And I'm like, well, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the windy city, so I ain't really worried about it in a certain type of way. But yes, so back to this. What else would I bring? So again, snow clothes and gear. So April, you probably going to interact with a lot of indigenous folks. Gee, I'm so excited. There are no words. You see, I'm 2 months ahead. I'm like, let me just start my little Journey to Earthship series now. Like, this is, I'm thirsty. I'm so thirsty. So let me get back to this. Flashlight, headlamp. So when I was living in Costa Rica, a lot of these things I actually came into acquiring because we did field studies out there when it'll be like we have to live for like a week, 2 weeks at a time in the forest, managing the forest and things like that. So I have a lot of these things already. But you know, of course, again, I am going to show you all what my bag looks like. And I'm not bringing no big bag either. Like, I'm really working to be a minimalist regardless of how it looks. And so, like, I'm really not gonna go shopping no more. Like, this is it. And from here, I'm gonna start downsizing. And when I downsize, yeah, I don't know what tribe is out there either, but that's one of the things I'm gonna be researching as well. Cause you know, again, I'm not trying to come into a new space and have no colonizing mindset. You feel me? I'm finna be doing all that. I'm finna do all that. So if you know anybody in New Mexico in that area, let me know. So I can connect with them and we could link up when I get out there safely, COVID approved, all of that. So also elevation sickness. So they are 7,000. Oh wait. Yeah, Dallas is 7,000 feet above sea level, right? So here it is. Over 100 degrees in the summer, 30 below zero in the winter, 7,000 feet above sea level. Hey, Rose. So they're saying all that rain, da. So I just said that. But they're also saying that I need to be prepared for elevation sickness, which is something that I would not have been prepared for had I not read this packet thoroughly. But you know, whatever, it's cool. I'm not worried about it. Also, tool rental, right? This is like $20 that I have to pay, right? So when I go out there, I will be having a private room. So the private room is like an extra $100 upon arrival. And then there's a $200 security deposit that I need to have before I can move into the room, just to make sure, because the room that I'll be staying in, because it's private, is a room that they actually use for like Airbnb, I believe. So to make sure it's clean and no damages, I have to put a security deposit, which, I mean, to live in a place for a month, I only need to bring like $350 to be sanctioned in my cribbo. So that's really not bad. And I will have to feed myself, but luckily I can't eat chicken, I'm not smoking, and I'm not drinking. So I already eat like a rabbit anyway for the most part. So this will be good. I expect to come back to the city very sexy. Let me just put that out there right now. Okay, so if you was gonna shoot your shot, you might want to get it in now, because when I come back, I'm really gonna be fine on y'all ass. But that's neither here nor there, right? So these are some of the tools that they're saying I should bring. Look at that, a tool belt. I'm finna be Bobina the Builder. Do y'all understand me? Look at all this noise. Look. I don't even know what half these things do. Oh, yeah, I know what a hammer is. Look at that. I'm finna be getting it in, baby. So, oh yeah, survival skills about to be on 1,000. This is why we're here. Like, no, seriously, this is why we're here. You feel me? For those who don't know, a couple years ago, when I first decided to start getting healthy and being more in tune with my health, like, and running. I used to run a lot before my car accident. But the zombie apocalypse was my motivation for like a lot of the shit that I did, right? Even being in agriculture, aside from understanding the role that it played for Black people, indigenous people, and in the civil rights movement, it was like, damn, Earth is falling apart. I should really know how to do certain things, like grow my own food, like be able to build my own house, like be able to shoot things, and like even bow and arrow and archery. I got a bow and arrow at my dad's house, so it's about to, like, this is not a joke, y'all. And I took archery at Tuskegee, so this ain't no joke. So here are some of the guidelines. Of course, you got to respect your folks. Can't record the classes, so I will be out there, but y'all ain't gonna know everything that I'm learning. just because it's wide open space don't mean I could blast fireworks, which I wasn't planning on bringing. My gun, I was planning on bringing, but I won't bring it because they told me I can't. Yes, Cando the Survivor. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that the title of this series? I think it might be, unless somebody comes up with something better. I think this will be called Cando the Survivor, because I'm finna survive. He said, Marlo said, the revolution and the collapse of America politicized me, and that's when I got deeper into farming. Ashe. Farming is a political act. You feel me? That ain't nothing small about that. And that's what something else I put on my vision board is the sweetness revolution, right? It's next to Candyland, but you see I put some little mandarin oranges, because that's really nature's candy. So when I think about sweetness and the revolution, I dig into, you know, how do we evolve ourselves through the land that we live on, right? So, yes. No firearms, cannot download the stuff. So even when they give me the software, I can't share with y'all, but you could definitely come to the workshops and you'll get access to them. And I'm going to be doing the workshops in Alabama and Chicago, because I think that one of the things in Chicago that a lot of our brothers and sisters, really just my people, need is it's like a cultural exchange, right? When I left Chicago and went to Mississippi for boarding school at Piney Woods, it was a culture shock for me. But it also provided me the space to slow down. It also provided me the space to figure out who I was, figure out my history and all these things. So I think it's really important for us to start building relationships and having cross-cultural exchanges with people in rural spaces. And that's something that my dissertation will talk more about as well. So can't have guests, but your guests have to be pre-approved, and of course with COVID, they'll have to be pre-approved and come with a COVID test. Marlo said, facts. Our oppressors are not going to give us nourishment like we can nourish ourselves. Ashe. And there's also another thing where, like, culturally, we have foods and things that we eat that are respective to us that just work better with our bodies, right? So if you fall for the okie doke and think like kale is more healthy than collard greens, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Collard greens is a cultural dish that we've used and maintained for hundreds of years. There are even varieties that are just like it in Africa. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in having nobody else tell me what I need to nourish myself. I'd much rather learn it. I'm not interested in having anybody else tell me the things that I need to survive. I would much rather put myself in situations where I can learn various survival skills and then be able to have enough tools in my toolbox to think critically and be able to solve my own problems, right? That's where we going with this. Right. So also no camping, RV, Right. So boom. Housing, dormitory style. Right. Now they said I got to bring a bedding and a pillow. They said I got to keep my food in a cooler. So this is finna be some real life. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be gritty. I ain't even about to flex. That shit about to be gritty, dog. Gritty, dog. But, you know, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much told you. They said these spaces are rustic and you must be prepared for camping-like conditions. Some of the water and power systems of these buildings are designed for minimal use only and not for ideal comfort. So that means, y'all know I've been taking my bubble baths, and that's why I've been taking at least 4 a week, because when I go out to New Mexico, that ain't gonna be no option. I'm gonna be on super minimalist mode. So I guess I should probably start preparing myself for that now. But I use the little hand gloves, the exfoliating gloves on my body, so I can damn near just, you know, splash the water on my body, use the soap, get all soapy, get the dirt off me, then rinse off. I had to take a little bird bath for time too, and I ain't scared of that. So, but it will, I'm sure it'll be a culture shock either way. So I want to share this video so y'all can see it, so we can all laugh at it together. Hey, my son, I'm talking about earthships. And for those who don't know what earthships are, again, I'm gonna reiterate: post-apocalyptic dwellings made from upcycled materials. So you see, those are some tires, old tires that they're repurposing. Here's an earthship under construction. So that's the outside. This is the inside looking out, right? All of those. These are all bottles. So like your Heineken bottles, that Jose Cuervo bottle, all that. You feel me? That's where this can go instead of just throwing it away. So, the rooms, right? So because I'm on scholarship, again, my room is free and they have scholarships. They have minority. Let me let y'all see my face again. They have minority, Black, Indigenous, person of color scholarships. So you can apply to go to Earthship. You can join me in April. And I do kind of hope somebody comes with me. But if y'all don't, I'm okay with that too. But please don't sell yourself short. Please check it out. It is, if you work for the government, call it a training. I don't know. Figure out what you got to do. But this is just an amazing opportunity. And I really want more people to know about it. Which is why I'm doing this video. Again, so I told y'all $200 deposit. Boo out the bam. I'm just going through the little informational package so that you all understand. And they sent me this so that way I could know what to do, and like, you know, it's informational. I'm super thirsty. So like here, this is the inside of an Earthship. That's some of the windows, and then this is all of the food. This is like a greenhouse happening. You feel me? That is a banana tree growing inside. Okay, that's a greenhouse. And this is what they were saying, like, this is my little water, and that's my little cooler for all of my food, my fruits and vegetables. So excuse me, I'm finna come back fine as hell and swole as hell, looking like a Black Kim Possible on y'all ass. Maybe Black Shigo because my hair is green. We don't know yet, but whatever. These are the rules that go through that. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. And yeah, so alternative housing. You don't have to stay there. There is a hostel shared living environment that you could check out as well. Or an RV park if you were into that. I kind of feel like I could do that because I'm driving. But hey, Andy, but I'm not finna drive. First of all, I'm gonna have to rent an RV. That's gonna be hella expensive. Then I will have to drive it, and the gas, all that, like, it just doesn't add up. So I'm gonna drive Smokey. That's the name of my whip. That's the name of my vehicle. I'm gonna drive Smokey out to New Mexico, but it'll be lit. So again, I'm about to wrap up or whatever, but I just wanted to give y'all a very brief introduction. So again, like, this was my vision board that I made in Alabama in January. And so in April, I will be going to New Mexico to build Earthships, right? And I got this acceptance. I got my scholarship like late January, early February. No. I probably got it like last year or something. I don't remember, but I just know, no, it had to be January when I found out I got the scholarship. Because I put it on my vision board like, damn, this is something I'm going to do this year. So, yeah, man. Seeing farmer owned is believing. This year, let's dream differently, right? So this, in my mind, I always like to put, you know, green things on the ground, like the foundation. You see it, and then as you get up there, it's like the clouds and things like that. But that's what this year is about for me. This year, I'm about to do things differently. I'm finna step outside of whatever comfort zone I barely existed in to begin with. I believe that nothing about me is ordinary, and that's where I'm about to go, beyond the ordinary. I've been writing confidence on a lot of my candles. Shout out to my girl Indy, because she the one who really got me lit to the magic of burning candles and like just what that can really do. And if you watch my story, you see I burnt 3 of them things last night, so it's finna be up. I got little things, homestead, herbalist, peace, confidence, do what's delicious. That's me, baby. That's what I do. Fresh as the day it was harvested. So all of these different things, but that's not even really what I came here to talk about. I really just wanted to show you all the power of manifestation, the power of believing that you deserve what you deserve, and that as long as you're willing to work hard for it, you gonna get it. You feel me? So when you're ready, we're ready. You feel me? When you're ready, we're ready. We are your dreams. We are your community. We are you. When you're ready, we're ready. And so I'm in a space where I'm ready. We want to help you grow your garden. I want to help people grow their garden. So for me to be able to help people grow their garden, I need to get ready. You feel me? And that, you feel me, is what I'm finna do. Look at that. It's sexy. That shit's sexy as hell. So please, y'all, Please, y'all, please, y'all. Ashe be any Kari. May all these blessings come to pass for me. I'm for real. And I'm so excited, and I'm extremely thankful for my ancestors. I'm thankful for the burden of my destiny that is so much bigger than me, and that's about me serving my community and being able to be a light and share the knowledge and things that I know and plug people into the different opportunities that exist on earth. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, agriculture has literally taken me around the world. I've been to like every continent except Australia and Antarctica because of agriculture, because I want to learn how to feed people. I want to be able to encourage people to feed themselves. And so I'm learning that the more that I focus on serving my community, that the better off I'll be. And so I'm about to sign off, but I want to leave you all, because I'm as smart like art. That's me. I'm gonna leave y'all with a couple of things that I have on my little board that I say to myself, and really I think this is gonna embody what my Earthship journey will be about. And it says passion plus focus plus purpose equals service. Service and poverty do not coexist. When I give services, survival is guaranteed. And so y'all know it's all about, I believe in survival. And I was listening to the People's Oracle this morning, and she was saying that a lot of our illusions of this day and age, the illusion of individualism, you feel me? Like, your survival as an individual depends on the survival of your community. So if you think that you surviving means that your community can't, or your neighbor can't, or you thriving and living well, if you really believe competition is necessary, I think you've got a lot of maybe meditation and growing and development and some reading around, the future and like the past that you should be doing. But again, I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna read this one more time before I go. We probably gonna call this survival candle, the survival. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But again, passion plus focus plus purpose equals service. Service and poverty do not coexist. So as long as you serving, you will be taken care of. Things come back to you 100-fold. And when I give services, my survival is guaranteed. So when I'm elevating above my root chakra of survival, it's already handled. I'm already secure, So these are things that I'm working every single day to actualize, and y'all are watching it happen as I'm experiencing it. As I'm experiencing it. So, I put this on my vision board, and now it's about to be here, and couldn't be more excited. And I want y'all to know, again, I'm going to keep emphasizing this. I'm going to eat some corn. There is a scholarship, so you can go too. And the different dates for the sessions, again, April 5th, June 7th, July, September, October. So there are 5 sessions that you can apply to. And the scholarship is open. It is open. It is open. So don't be no lame. Don't sell yourself short. Apply. Just apply and see what happens. Go to the website. Apply. Get on YouTube. Type in Earthship. You don't even got to type in all 3 of them words. Just type in that word right there, and you're going to see some shit that's going to blow your mind. And let your imagination run wild. Imagine some wild shit. Because you can do it. You can accomplish it. So, that's all I got to say. Of course you can see me, girl. Just call me. I'll be in my house. They fixed up my water and stuff, so I got a lot of construction things going on, so that's why I got to stay around the crib, but I'm over here. My feet that I eat the earth is my turf. That's how we coming. All 2021. Boom, boom. Gator stomp in your hood. Be on the lookout. Candace the Survivor is coming out.